My dear friends, a 96-year-old man was brought before the judge for violating speed limit in a school zone while driving the vehicle in USA. Before the judge, what he shared made me cry. He said, I am 96-year-old and I drive slowly, and I drive only when I was going for the blood checkup for my son. He is handicapped. Judge asked him, are you taking your son to the doctor? Old man, yeah, I take him for blood work every 2 weeks because he's got cancer. Judge, you are a good man. You are really what America is all about. Here you are in your 90s and still you are taking care of your family. It's a wonderful thing. Judge asked him, well, how old is your son? The old man replied, 63. Judge said, and still dad is taking care of him, right? The old man replied, yes, I only drive when I have to. The judge said, I wish you all the best. I wish the best for your son. I wish you good health. And your case is dismissed. My dear friends, certainly both the judge and the father were kind, merciful, and compassionate people. Just like the heart of the judge was melted and moved for the old man in the incident, Jesus' heart also was moved and melted for the crowd, for they were like sheep without a shepherd, and they were with him to listen to his preaching. Thus, he himself feeds them. My friends, 17th Sunday in ordinary time invites us to understand that mercy is the face of God. In the first reading, taken from the second book of Kings, we read that a man brings Elisha 20 loaves and grain. Despite his servants' doubt, Elisha insists that they feed 100 people, assuring them that there will be leftovers, which indeed happens. In the responsorial psalm, Psalm number 145, we hear that all of God's creations thank Him because He provides food in the right season, satisfying all desires. He is just, holy, and close to all who truthfully call upon Him. Through the second reading, taken from St. Paul's letter to the Ephesians, we are reminded to live worthily our divine call with humility, gentleness, and patience, showing love and unity. We are to maintain peace as we are united under one Lord, faith, baptism, and Father. In the Gospel of St. John, we witness the great miracle of feeding a large crowd with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. What can we learn from today's readings? We can learn 3 things. First, trust in God's care. Elisha's miracle of feeding 100 people with 20 loaves shows that God can provide even when it seems impossible. This theme is mirrored in the Gospel, where Jesus feeds thousands with 5 loaves and 2 fish. Second, generosity and sharing. The man who brought loaves to Elisha and the boy who gave his bread and fish to Jesus show generosity. Their acts of sharing were used by God to bless many others. Third, miracles and abundance. Both the first reading and the Gospel focus on miracles of abundance. These miracles remind us that with God there is always enough. Jesus feeding the crowd with bread and fish hints the foreshadowing of the Eucharist. It shows how Jesus will later give himself as the bread of life for all of us. My dear friends, the readings of the day reminds us that God cares for us deeply and calls us to live in unity and love. They challenge us to trust in His care and to share generously with others so that we may experience miracles and abundance in our lives. Let us pray for this grace. Have a blessed Sunday. Live Jesus.